a picture-perfect life. Jason Carter had what many would call the American dream. A beautiful house in the suburbs of Denver, a thriving carpentry business, and a stunning wife, Emily, who had been his college sweetheart. They met in their junior year at Colorado State University and married just after graduation. Their love was the envy of their friends, or so it seemed. Jason's younger brother, Ryan, had always been the opposite of him, charming, impulsive, and a bit reckless. He drifted from job to job, rarely staying in one place long. But he was family, and Jason never turned him away. So, when Ryan asked if he could stay with them for a few weeks after a breakup, Jason didn't hesitate. "Of course, man," Jason had said, clapping him on the back. "Your family. Stay as long as you need." Emily had smiled, though something about her eyes had flickered. Jason didn't catch it then. The first few weeks went smoothly. Ryan helped out around the house and even started doing odd jobs at Jason's carpentry shop. Emily cooked for all three of them, and they laughed over dinner like a close-knit family. But slowly, Jason started noticing changes. Emily seemed distant. She wasn't laughing at his jokes anymore. She spent more time on her phone, sometimes quickly locking it when Jason walked into the room. One night, he came home earlier than usual from the workshop. The house was too quiet. As he climbed the stairs, he heard muffled voices from the guest room, Ryan's room. He hesitated outside the door. "Emily, we can't keep doing this," Ryan whispered. "I know," Emily said. "But I can't stop thinking about you." Jason's heart dropped. He stepped back, his entire world crashing down in an instant. That night, Jason couldn't sleep. He didn't say anything to Emily or Ryan, but he started watching, closely. He noticed the glances they exchanged, the way her smile brightened when Ryan entered the room. A week later, Jason confronted them. "I know," he said, standing in the kitchen with a voice that shook with rage. "I know about you too." Emily froze, her hand trembling. Ryan looked away, guilt written all over his face. "How long?" Jason demanded. Emily looked at him, eyes wet. 3 months. Jason clenched his jaw. "And it started under my roof? While I gave you a place to live?" Ryan stepped forward. "Jason, I never meant." "Don't you dare say you didn't mean it," Jason snapped. "You're my brother," Emily sobbed. "It just happened, Jason. We didn't plan this." Jason looked at her like she was a stranger. "Get out. Both of you." Jason fell into a dark place after they left. The house felt empty, not because it lacked people, but because it lacked trust. He couldn't focus on his work, couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. His friends tried to help, but betrayal from both his wife and brother wasn't something he could simply move past. He found a therapist. At first, he didn't say much, just sat in silence. But eventually, the words came. "I loved her," he said one day, staring at the floor. "And he was my brother. They both destroyed me." Chapter 5: Emily's Regret. Emily moved in with Ryan after leaving Jason, but things weren't as romantic as she had imagined. Guilt consumed her, and Ryan was clearly uncomfortable being the reason for destroying his brother's life. One night, as they sat in a small apartment far from the house they had once all shared, Emily broke down. "I miss him," she whispered. Ryan didn't respond right away. "He trusted me," she continued. "He built a life with me. And I destroyed it." Ryan nodded slowly. "Me too." They both knew what they had wasn't love, it was a mistake. An escape. A fantasy that crumbled under the weight of reality. Chapter 6: Healing Wounds. Months passed. Jason focused on himself. He worked out, rebuilt his business, and started finding peace and solitude. He began volunteering at a local shelter, using his carpentry skills to repair damaged furniture and homes. One day, Emily showed up at the shop. "I'm not here to win you back," she said, eyes filled with remorse. "I just wanted to say I'm sorry. For everything." Jason stared at her. Part of him wanted to scream, to remind her of all she'd done. But another part, a quieter, wiser part, just nodded. "I hope you find peace," he said. She left in tears. Chapter 7: A New Path. Ryan called a few weeks later. "I'm leaving Colorado," he said. "Going to New York. Start fresh." Jason didn't respond for a moment. Then, "I hope you become a better man." Ryan sighed. "I'll never forgive myself for what I did to you." Jason hung up without another word. That was the last time they spoke. Chapter 8: Moving on. A year later, Jason met Sarah, a kind, thoughtful woman who worked at a local library. Their relationship grew slowly, carefully. Jason was honest about his past, and Sarah listened without judgment. She never tried to replace what he had lost. Instead, she helped him build something new. One afternoon, while they walked through a quiet park, Jason took her hand. "Do you believe people can heal?" he asked. Sarah smiled. "I think healing isn't forgetting what happened. It's learning to live with it, and still choosing joy." Jason smiled back. For the first time in a long time, he felt hope.